Use case number 25. As soon as an opportunity is closed won, send out email messages to the opportunity owner, account owner, the opportunity team members, and all users under Opportunity Megastar public group. We'll notify them about the win and the revenue. Okay, so this is on the opportunity object, and whenever it is closed won, right? So we'll be writing an after update event because we need to do some related stuff, not something on the same record. So I'm choosing the after, and because this would be on the update scenario, I'm choosing after update. All right, and we'll be sending out an email to all of these people. Now, how do we figure out all of these people? That is what we'll take a look at in this use case. I'll go into opportunity trigger, and I have the after update. Right here inside after update, I'll write one more code, and I'll say opportunity trigger handler dot notify everyone. Okay, and here I'll say trigger dot new. Save. Okay, I'll also put trigger dot old map. I'll tell you why. I'll go to this trigger handler and create this method. So this would be very similar to this particular guy right here. And this method would be called notify everyone when closed won. So you see, just putting this extra keyword tells me what this method does. So to avoid any confusion in future stages, it's better to write good names on the methods. So this is ready. I'll go back here and I'll say save. There's one problem. It says method does not exist. Notify everyone when closed won. So I'll just paste it here. List of opportunity new records, map of ID comma opportunity. Yeah, this should be fine. I've passed trigger.old map, right? Let's get rid of this. Let's save this file. And now let's save this file. Okay, let's go back and add it again. Sometimes because the classes are dependent on each other, it does not compile properly. So I'll save it now. So everything is good. Okay. Now here, what do we want to fetch? We want to fetch some users, right? Who are those users? These users are nothing but the opportunity owner, the account owner, right? What else? The opportunity team members and people from the public group. Alright, so we need to fetch all of these users and then send everyone the email. Okay, now when do we want to send the email? When the stage is closed won. Okay, so if I were to start, I would say for opportunity OPP in new records, if OPP.stage name equals closed won. I could simply do this, right? But the problem with doing this is every time the update runs, every time it will come in here and it will take a look. If the stage name is closed won, it will send out a email. But what we want to do is we want to only send it when the stage name has been updated to closed won. So that is why I want to use the old map. I'll say old map records dot get opp.id dot stage name is not equal to opp.stage name, which means that the stage name has been modified and it has been set to closed one. This is where I need the old map. That's the only reason why. Okay, I'll say save. Okay, now what do I want? I want to fetch the opportunity owner. So I'll say list of users dot add. I'll add the opportunity owner. That's the first person I'll add. Okay, I'll define this list here. Save. So I got my opportunity owner. What is the next thing I need? I need the account owner, right? Can I do something like this? Can I say list of users to notify dot add opp dot account ID, or rather account dot owner ID? Can I do that? Let's say save. This will save up fine, I believe, but it will not give me this information because that's a 3 level. We'll keep it here. We'll get the exception or we'll get the error and then we'll come back here. Okay, so I got the opportunity owner and I'm certain that this does not give you the account owner. what you need to do is you want to find the parent accounts by doing a query, create a map, and then fetch the owner ID of those accounts. That's how you need to go about it. Okay, but before that we also have these two things: opportunity team members and the people from the public group, right? So if I want to fetch the related records, I have to again do a query, right? So I have to do a query on the opportunity team members who are part of this particular opportunity. Where do I do it? I do it outside. So let's start writing those queries. So I'll say for opportunity OPP new records op IDs dot add, I'll add the opportunity ID. Okay, account IDs dot add, I'll add the OPP dot account ID. Cool. Now what I want to do is I want to do list of account owners equals select ID comma owner ID from account where ID in, where do I want the ID in? I want it to be in the account IDs list, the one that I created, right? I'll go ahead and create this list so that the errors don't keep popping up. So one would be op IDs, sorry, the other one would be account IDs. Save. This should save a fine. Yeah. What's the next thing? I want to check list of opportunity team member, right? So op team members, I want to fetch, select user or group ID from opportunity team member where parent ID in op IDs. Save. Is parent ID a field on op team member? It is not, I believe. So I have to say opportunity. I think this is the value. Even this is not the value. Is it opportunity? It should not be. Let's take a look. Open opportunity team member. So it has opportunity ID. Yeah, so it should be opportunity ID in. Let's say save. Also it says no such column user or group ID. So the issue is with the user group ID. What is the value that points me to the user? It's user ID. Okay, so it will not be user or group, it will be user ID. Save. Okay, so I have the list of all the accounts, I'm fetching the owner ID. I have the list of all the opportunities, I'm fetching the user ID, right? Based on whatever opportunities have come in the current transaction. Okay, now the problem is I have all the list, but I need to only do this when the stage name is basically closed one and it has been changed. I cannot send it to all of these guys. So I have to do some sort of logic here. Okay. So here what I'll do is, what I can do is I'll say for each account ACC in account owners, if OPP.account ID is equal to ACC.ID, only then I'll say list of users to notify dot add ACC.owner ID. That will add only the owners from this particular account list who have been part of opportunity where the stage name has been set to closed one, right? Similarly, I want to loop through the opportunity team members. So I'll say for every opportunity team member in OPP team members, if let me write it from the starting. This replacing thing might not help you understand. So I'll say if OTM dot opportunity ID is equal to OPP.ID, right? This opportunity right here. Then I can say, okay, yeah, you need to add this guy in the list. So I'll say list of users to notify would be OTM.user ID. This field right here, and say save. Right? Now when I save it, no errors, but if you see, I'm querying opp.account ID, which is fine, which is from this context. I am saying acc.id, which is fine, which is from this query. I am adding acc.owner ID, which is still fine. I'm adding it from in the query in the socle. But here I am saying otm.opportunity ID. So I have to mention opportunity ID here as well, or else it will give me s object row was retrieved without being queried. Okay, so I'll just put it here, right? And I'm adding it in this particular list to notify, right? Now understand, or else let's do this. What we have done the opportunity owner, we have done the account owner, we have done the opportunity team members. What is pending? The people from the public group, right? So how do I fetch all the people from the public group? I can simply say list of group megastar group equals select ID from group where name equals opportunity mega stars. Let's say save. I'm not sure if I have a public group named this, so let's go in and create one. Let's go to groups. Okay, so my public group is created. What if I do a query here that says exactly this? Does it return me my result? Let's see. It does, right? And I want to see user or group ID and say execute. So there's no user or group ID in a public group. What is the field that I want to check? Let's see the group object now. So here we have related ID, but is it the one? I want to take a look at all the team members of a group. So where do I get that? Let's query these fields: ID, comma, name, comma, related ID, comma, developer name, comma, owner ID. Execute. So it gives me opportunity megastars. There's no related ID. So where do I get the group members? Let's take a look at another object, that is group member object. So if I say ID, comma, name from group member, so there's no name field in the group member object. Let's say ID from group member. There are 3 records. So if I open the group member object, I have group ID, right? So let's find out where group ID equals, or can I say group dot name equals opportunity megastars? Can I do that? Because this is a reference, I can use the dot operator. Let's see if it works. Execute. I got one result, right? And if I put user or group ID, what do I get? I get the user record ID. So this is the user that I added, right? If I put the name, they should say Himanshu Ma. So it's not letting me use the dot operator here, I believe. So that's okay. Let's take this particular query and use it. All right. So I'll go ahead and put this on my code. So you see, to access members of a public group, you need to query the group member object. Okay. So I'll just remove this from here and I'll just say, so let's try to save this. And this should be now list of group member. So I'll just replace and say save again. Megastar group members. So what I want is, I want this particular value from this particular loop, right? Now I'll say for group member in megastar group members, public group users dot add. I'll just add these guys, gm dot user or group ID. So I'm adding all the users here. Now this list also needs to be defined. So I'll say list of IDs, public group users. Save. Right? Now when do I want this users to be added? Only when this particular if condition is evaluated, right? So I can say list of users to notify. Now since that is a list in itself, I'll say dot add all, and I'll add this list all together. Okay, so I'll say add all, and it will add all the list values in this particular list, right? So this is the public group IDs, these are the owners of the opportunity, this is the account owners, and then this is your all the opportunity team members. So everyone has been added in this particular list. Now there might be a case wherein the user who's part of the public group might be the owner of the record, or might be the account owner, or might be an opportunity team member. So there's a chance that you might be duplicating things. So instead of using a list, what we can do is we can convert this to a set so that we avoid duplicates, because we want to send the information to only the people who are part of it, but not send them the email twice or not get the duplicate assignment error. Okay, so it's better to convert this to a set, because there are chances that you might have a contradiction with people being part of multiple things, not just individual things. That would be a very happy path scenario. But normally what would happen is if the opportunity owner is the that the opportunity owner can be part of the opportunity megastar group, or the account owner could also be a team member, right? So I mean that could happen. So just to avoid that, keep this particular list and convert it to a set. Don't keep it as a list. Right? So we've done all the queries, we have queried everything we needed, and then we used the loop, and then we used the if condition, and we added users based on this particular check right here on the closed one thing, right? All that's left is now we need to send the email. So I'll say if list of users to notify is not empty. What is this list? This list is basically user list, or rather user IDs. What I want to fetch from this user IDs is I want to fetch the email. So before that, let's do something. I'll just say send email to all these folks. Okay, I'll call this method and I'll pass this particular list when it is not empty, so that the null check is there. So I'll say save. Right now this particular method is not defined, so I'll just define this method quickly. Send email to all of these folks, and this should accept a list of ID. Save. This should save a fine. There's still some error. So this is list of users. This should not be a list. This should be a set. I created it as a set, right? So now let's say save. This is fine. Now let's see send email in Apex. Let's copy some basic template code. Let's take a look at this one. I have already opened once. This is from developer.salesforce, so should be good. Let's click it again. What happened? Yeah. Let's take a look at this particular guy right here. And I'll put this code here. Okay. Let's do some alignment. Right, and I'll just get rid of this results success thing. I am not doing any kind of exception catches for now, just showing a use case. So this is the send email method. It takes the parameter messages, which is of type list of messaging dot single SMS, single message, and we create the single messages here. Right now, what is this particular instance is created, and you set out the two addresses. Now these two addresses needs to be emails. So this should contain email of users. Right, so that's the part. This is opt-out policy is filtered. Subject will be take a look at the opportunity, and then you can just put a text body. This is urgent. You can definitely like bring in the opportunity records also, and then you can do some dynamic binding here, but let's stick to the use case for now. Okay, the only thing pending here is basically I want to figure out a way to get all the emails of the users. So I have the user IDs. What do I want? I want to do one more query, right? So I'll say if list of user records, select email from user where ID in user IDs. Save. Now for each user in user records, email list dot add, I'll just add the user rec dot email field. So this will give me the email ID of all the users that are currently in question. This would be a list of type string. Save, and I'll pass this list here. right? And now since this is an email list, I don't need to define this new string array separately. So I can simply say 2 addresses would be the list of emails that are mentioned here. And that completes our use case. Okay. Let's take a look at how it works. So if I go to an opportunity from here, and let's say I open this pyramid emergency one, and let's say I say closed, select close stage, closed one, let's say save. So there's some issue with the code, which means it's not letting us modify it. Is it because of some other, it says insert failed. So there's some issue with some other code, maybe. Let's see what's the error. Insert failed. So it says task trigger. So there's some issue with some other code. Let me get rid of some code here. Maybe handle activities after update and add team members. These are the two codes that we have from previous use cases, right? Let's see what is this. This is our new method. This is our new method. This is opportunity team member. And then we have this task thing here. Okay. So I'll just get rid of this particular use case for now. But this is on the handle activities after delete. So that should be fine. What is this? This is handle before delete. Even this is fine. Before update, this is handle activities after update. So this is where we are creating a task, right? So I'll just get rid of this particular guy for now. Okay. And that's part of another use case. So I'll just get rid of this. Say save. Saved up fine. If I go back, let's get rid of these two guys here. Okay. Save. All right, let's try it one more time. Let's see if it works. Closed, select close stage, closed one, save. So this time it's saved, right? And as soon as it's saved, let me see if I got any email or not, because I am the opportunity owner, I am the account owner. I should get some email. So you see, I get an email that says, take a look at the opportunity. This is urgent. And look at basically who all have gotten it. So all of these people have gotten it. The integration user, the security user, the account ID, and the account owner, the opportunity owner, and the team members. So everyone has gotten it. How can I say that? If you see, you have two team members here. These two received it, right? Similarly, the account owner received it. And then one more user was the public group user. That guy also received it. All the emails are listed here, right? So that was the use case wherein you fetch a set of users and then you send out an email. Cool. So that was use case 25.